Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, March the 14th, 2023. Tuesday, March the 14th. Today's show just was, okay. Anyway, let's get into it. We have Laura telling Drew no, and she tells him why. That's Charlotte's decision to make when Charlotte becomes of age. She says, I'm not going to sell off Charlotte's assets or her legacy um, because Charlotte doesn't need the money right now. Charlotte, there's no reason to. She's like, now, when Charlotte is old enough, she can decide when, which was a good choice. Plus, Lord knows Valentine is not dead. So, anyway, that was that. And then we have Victor at the hospital. Finn comes in. He identified the pathogen that was, put into Victor's system. And Victor's like, okay, well, now that you figured out what it is, what treatment are we going to get to cure it? And Finn is like, there is no cure. This particular pathogen, there's no known cure. And Victor says, well, almost like, is it deadly? He goes, no. He says, this pathogen picks a target in your body and it attacks it. He goes, so it's pretty much done its damage. See, remember, Victor could not perform with the deputy mayor, Eileen, right? So I think it's left him with the inability to get it on. you know? So he's like, and Finn is like, unfortunately, there's nothing they could do about it. And so he goes, well, did I come in contact? Because it's a foreign pathogen, right? And he goes, I do have international business partners. Did I get it from one of them? And Finn says it's not an airborne pathogen like that. That's not how it's transmitted. It must be introduced into your system. He said either by injection, he says, well, you would have noticed that, or ingestion. So Victor says, you mean it could have been something I ate or drank? He said, yes. He says, and Finn says, and due to the extent of the damage that it's done, I would say it was somewhere November, December is when it happened. So Victor's trying to think. And I thought, I happen to know myself. Let's see. On November the 12th, this is what I had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. November the 13th, I also had X, Y. Who remembers? Unless you eat the same doggone thing every day. Who remembers what you may have eaten or drank back from November or December? Come on, y'all. But all of a sudden, guess what's going to happen? It's going to pop in Victor's head. Well, no. See, Victor got a drink from Curtis's bar that was by Miss Wu. She didn't bring it to him. The bartender brought it to him, said compliments of the lady over there. Okay. So but watch. They're going to have a flashback where Victor remembers it when that is actually something he should not remember because it was inconsequential. And when Miss Wu tried to even just say hello to him just last week, he blew her off, right? So it's not like he would remember anything with her in November, but we'll see what they're going to do. But he instinctively, automatically, he goes to the Metro Court. He's getting ready to drink, and then he realizes, oh, no. Tells the bartender, I want you to open up a brand new bottle and give me some from the brand new bottle. So the bartender does, and I thought, thinking about that, aren't you, Victor? Thinking about that. So he looks over and he sees Laura. So he goes over, Laura, Mac, and Felicia are sitting in the chair. And he's like, it was you. And she's like, me? What? Excuse me? You did this to me. I know. He goes, I know what you've done. And Laura's looking at him. So Laura stands up. See, and I'm like, I'm with you on that, Laura. Ain't nobody gonna come over to me talking madness, and I'm in the disadvantaged position of being below them. Pop me on the head, right? You know, Laura stands up and looks him dead in his eye. She's not afraid of him, you know, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, whatever, but your day is coming, Victor. I've always said that. I mean, come on now, right? So he got nowhere because he doesn't know anything. But he immediately feels, he goes, you won't get away with this. He knows nothing, but he's going to definitely whatever, right? And nobody knows. The Holly did not tell anybody her plans on giving Victor a pathogen. That's between her and Miss Wu, and I think some circle of 9, something going on, they said, right? So we waste a whole lot of time with Dante and Cody. Fast forwarded the whole, I just couldn't. I fast forwarded that all of those interactions, right? Every bit of it. And then we also have Mac and Felicia talking because Felicia's like, something's up, Mac. I don't know. I just get the feeling that Cody is family. I don't know. Which he is family. Okay. That is the truth. Cody is family. So then we have him telling Dante, he told Dante the whole truth. Dante tells him, you need to tell Mac. And Cody's like, he deserves better than me. He doesn't know about me, so he's not missing anything. And he goes, you need to tell me you would let him go his whole life and not know you're his son. And Cody's like, he's probably better off. He's like, but then what about you, Cody? You deserve to have Mac as your father. Cody doesn't want to tell Mac the whole truth that I lied because I thought I could get some money. Right? I thought I could, and it didn't work. But, I always planned on telling you. I just wanted to see if I could get my inheritance first. But no, I'm not going to. So Dante's going to either do something. There's going to be something that's going to happen. Let's be real. So now we have Nina bringing soup over to Olivia. Olivia's down with some bug, and she's off laying in bed and everything. Now, when has Nina ever wanted to bring Olivia anything? But she's bringing her the soup because she also wants to find out about Willow. Which, okay, you know what, Nina? I'm not mad at her about that. She just wants some kind of update. And she has given Willow space. Nina is trying. I'm gonna put it out there. Nina's trying. So they were talking about how the Metro Court, Olivia said they have their blessing because the nurses' ball is always held at the Metro Court, right? And so Maxie says, but now we have to get. So Carly's like, well, what's the problem? It's always at the Metro Court. And she goes, the other owner that owns the other half of the Metro Court has to agree. And Carly's like, oh. And she says something about Nina. And Nina walks in. Okay, so what is this that you all don't, something, what do you, this about Nina what? And so they're like, oh, here she goes. Her and Bobby like, oh, here she goes. So Maxie tells her. And Nina said, well, if Olivia says it's fine, then it's fine with me. Because Cardi says, you're going to have the final say, Nina. Is the nurses ball gonna go off, this year or not? I mean, is it gonna happen this year or not? And Nina looks at her like, well, if Olivia says that it's okay with her, it's okay with me. Tell me what I can do. And Maxie's like, great. She goes, I'll just have to redo some juggling of the schedule, of what we have scheduled, because this is last minute. It's happening in 2 weeks. The hotel has made commitments to people. So now Nina's saying she will juggle it off. But she tells them, Maxie and Bobby, can I speak to Carly alone? So they go out. And mind you, Drew comes home, and Brooklyn is standing outside. Could be World War II in there. Brooklyn just kills me. And so Drew's like, what's going on? Well, it's Carla. Nina wanted to speak to Carly. And he goes, well, we don't hear any furniture being thrown. I don't understand why Drew felt he needed to go in there. That I don't get. See, you guys want to pretend like you don't have each other's back. You all aren't close. But yet everything okay in here, ladies? And so Nina's like, fine, but come on in, Drew. You need to hear this too. And so she asked, how is Willow? And Carly's like, why would I tell you how Willow is? And she goes, because Willow said she would keep me informed. She goes, if Willow wants you to know how she is, she'll tell you. She says, Willow has told me what's going on with her with her care. And Carly looked at her like, she has? And she goes, yes, Willow has, or she said, my daughter has, and she told me she would keep me in the loop where her medical condition is concerned. So she said, but I want to give her space. I don't want to bother her, with questions on how's things going today. And so Carly just looked at her. So Drew says, you know what? I will speak to Willow to see if it's okay for me to give you updates. And I'll give you updates if she says it's okay. And Nina's like, okay, good. See, Carly could have said that, because if in fact Willow did say, then she could say, well, then, Willow says it's fine, then blah, 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 right? But Carly's being Carly. And Willow hasn't told Carly, I'm keeping Nina in the loop where my medical condition is concerned. She told Michael, but she didn't tell Carly, right? So anyway, Carly says something to Nina, and Nina says something back to Carly. You know how they get. And so then Nina goes, Carly, you're not the only one with information. And Carter's like, what's that supposed to mean? I know something vital too. And she looks at Drew and she looks at Carly, meaning it's about you two. And so she turns to walk away, and Carly's going to go in after her, and Drew gets in the middle, right? Carly, just let it go. And Nina walks out. And I knew Nina was going to say something. I'm surprised she didn't say, the funny thing is, the SEC, I don't know why those initials came up the other day. And then she should have looked at Carly and looked at Drew and seen what they would have done. Left that nugget and walked away. So come on. Something is going to happen. Something's going to happen. We got some great theories in Comic Corner that we'll get to a little bit later. But anyway, let's go to the shootout at that warehouse. We got Stephen A. making his appearance, probably just his daily appearance, his 1 day and a quarter appearance. He shows up at the warehouse. I guess Sonny called him, and he happened to be in town because, Stephen A is not always in town. And he happened to be able to get a doctor like within 5 minutes and get to where Sonny was, I guess, right? So Sonny's trying to question the guy before he dies, like, who are you working for? And he goes, I'm a contractor. It was done anonymously. I don't know. You're gonna tell me. And Stephen A walks in with the doctor. Well, and he's Brick. Sorry, let me call him his GH name. Brick walks in with the doctor. And Sonny goes, look, I need you to keep him alive so I can get some information out of him. The doctor bends down, takes his vitals. Oh, he's gone. Oops. And Sonny's like, oh, and Brick's like, sorry, Sonny, sorry. But Tony had already told him, which is Sonny's new man, new guard, right? That boss, he ain't gonna last too much longer. And he didn't, right? So Sonny tells the doctor to look at Dex. And Dex is like, boss, I'm fine. Now he goes, Dex, we have a doctor here right now. Let him look at your arm. So the doctor cleans up his wound and he goes, yeah, inch over further would have shattered his arm, and 4 inches over further would have killed him, right? So I didn't see the doctor take antibiotics out of his bag, but I'm sure he must have because he's a doctor or whatever, right? Or maybe it was a small enough braise that it wasn't going to cause an infection. But anyway, Dex lost enough blood, right? So I think he should have had some antibiotics. So Sonny tells his Tony, Dex, move this body. I'm tired of sick of looking at this body. Now, mind you, Dex, got patched up and is barely moving around. So he bends down to go help Tony. He was trying to get the feet. And as he's standing up, he's lightheaded and starts to fall back, and Sonny catches him. Said, whoa, sit down here. And he goes, I'm okay, boss. I'm okay. And so, mind you, though, when Brick is so funny, when Brick is there, he doesn't like Dex at all. He's looking at him and he tells Sonny, he's always getting hurt, isn't he? And Sonny's like, he saved my life, Brick. He saved my life, right? So Brick is like, yeah, convenient. Yeah. I don't know. And so Sonny tells something else. He's talking, and Brick is kind of just looking at Dex up and down, and Dex is thinking like, what's your problem with me, man? And so Brick is going to take the rifle, and see if he can determine, where it comes from. And he's going to try to get some intel. And Dex is sitting there still, and he's getting ready to go. And he goes, Sonny says, come on, Dex, you're going to go with me. And he goes, that's okay, boss. Tony could drop me off at home. But Dex was acting a bit weird to me. How about you all? Did you kind of feel that Dex was kind of in the know a little bit more about what was happening there? But the funny thing is he shouldn't have, because Sonny was keeping him out of the loop. Dex didn't know the next steps and everything, and Dex did not know they were going to that warehouse. So how could Dex have arranged for that shooter? I don't know. I don't get it. But Dex was just looking kind of weird, like he knew something about that hitman. Maybe he worked with him before. Maybe he knew something about the guy. I don't know. So anyway, he goes, Tony could drop me off, boss. You don't have to. He goes, I'm not taking you home. I'm taking you to my house. And Dex looks like, wait, what? Because look, how's Jocelyn going to get to spend the night? How's Jocelyn going to be able to tend to his wound and complain the whole time that you're shot again by Sonny? Sonny, broken record. So he's going to Sonny's house. Now, is Spencer still there? That'll be volatile. If Spencer is still at Sonny's house, it is not going to go well whatsoever. So we shall see what's going to happen with that. And isn't it interesting? I think it's strange that Sonny is taking Dex back to his house. I don't know. Something just didn't sit right with me with this whole thing, right? It just doesn't. So I think there's more to meet our eyes with that. And then this is not worth me really talking about. Lucy was acting like a ever-loving 2-year-old, stomping around, had her bag packed. That nurse's ball can't go on without her. Oh, it's really worth her life, right? I mean, it's just, oh, Anna finally had to say, we're all in this mess right now because you refused to listen to me. You went rogue and you decided to still work with Victor. So you are going to, calm your behind down and put your stuff back because you're going nowhere. And Lucy looked at her. I mean, it was just ridiculously horrible. And she said, look, no one wants to miss no one understands the importance of the nurse's ball more than me, because it was really brought about because of Robin, right? So anyway, she and Valentine talk, but Lucy, they better solve this quick. I kind of feel they're going to do something. Oh, want to know how they're going to do it? Remember, this year, everybody's going to be in disguise. It's a masquerade thing. I forgot about that. That's how Anna, Valentine, and Lucy are going to be at the nurse's ball. How Lucy's going to be able to coordinate anything is beyond me. But watch, that's how they're going to be at the nurse's ball. So let's go to Comic Corner, because there's nothing else to talk about on the episode today. It was just that. Ooh. So let's go to Comic Corner. Gwendolyn says, I think it's Miss Wu who's trying to kill Sonny, because when she questioned him about her shipment, she didn't like the answer he gave her. Nina's definitely going to turn Carly in if she doesn't. Ava will. Nina will be blamed for it either way it goes. Ava is only loyal to herself. Great recap. Crystal says, why can't Michael help with the nurse's ball? Willow has all kinds of help. Carly, Joss, Olivia, the staff, plus Willow is strong enough to plan a wedding. Sitting on a couch. She can't even get up to get her iPad and getting weaker by the day. She hasn't had her bone marrow transplant yet, or bone marrow infusion yet, right? And Michael can't spare 2 hours to help out with the nurse's ball. He needs something to do other than think about Willow's illness. And if Jason was not the be all and end all of General Hospital, let him go. Crystal, slow your roll, Crystal. You are a little angry, aren't you? Look, I was like, you're a little angry much about that comment? I'm saying this, Willow, we already know it's going to be more than 2 hours. He can't spare 2 hours. Dealing with that and dealing with Maxie is going to be a whole lot, right? Willow needs help. Okay, you said she's got Carly, she's got Josh, she's got Olivia. Olivia's sick. Josh and Carly are also working on the nurse's ball. Yeah, Willow just has staff. No, staff would not be good enough for my possibly dying wife. If I'm going to, Willow's supposed to allegedly have 2 weeks to live? Should be down to 4 days, because I mean, this has got to be the longest dragging it out when we're going to get this procedure done, right, in history. But the nurse's ball's in 2 weeks too. So my wife's got 2 weeks to live, allegedly, but hopefully there's a bone marrow transplant. Then she's going to have to heal. The nurse's ball's in 2 weeks. And I'm supposed to have a wedding to my wife in between there. Yeah, I've got all the time. Not to mention, I don't even go and run the corporation I'm supposed to be running. So, yeah, I got all the time in the world, especially since he has never, ever been involved with the coordinating of the nurses' ball. He's been dancing with Magic Milo, right? Boxers, but coordinating takes time and effort. No, Michael should give a paycheck. Please. If Michael can't do nothing but carry that beautiful baby girl down to Willow, let him be there for that. If in fact this is going to be her last few weeks, because they still haven't found out if Obrecht's physical is a go, then my last few weeks, I ain't thinking about no ball. I'm not thinking about seating charts. I'm not thinking about nothing but spending the last few minutes, every waking minute, not worrying about Willow, but spending that last time with Willow. That's just me. That's what I'm saying. Okay. And yes, I'm Team Jason. I'm definitely Team Jason and would love to have him back. Anyway, but thanks for your comment. All comments are welcome. Absolutely. Sandy says, I don't understand why Ava is gung ho for Nina to report Carly after all the years Carly took care of Avery. I don't understand what's happening with that either. The way she was goading her on, there was something up with that. No, part of me is like, yeah, Ava loves it when Nina is down, especially right now, is down and out and in the doghouse and worrying and all of that, just like Ava. She does want her to be miserable, just like she is. Because see, then they both can lean on each other, and they're both the injustice of the world, right? And then Richard says, another great review, daily recap, lady. You're on point as usual with St. Elizabeth's persona. Thanks for the shout out and the amazing experience with you and my fellow comment corner subscribers. Thank you so much, Richard, for participating in the live stream. Thank you as well. Let's see. Thanks again. Now, let's go to Ron. Ron says, Ava, you've got the A. Ava will cause Nina to overthink things, followed by doing something stupid only to be in trouble with Sonny. And it's almost like she's baiting her. Yeah, I see that. Cinda says Kevin is torn with grief and relief over Ryan. If he can't resolve these conflicting feelings, he might have a psychotic break and with reality and begin acting like Ryan, as some spoilers suggest. You know what? I thought of that too. I thought of that. I said, oh no, watch Kevin take on some of his evil twins persona. Ooh, that'd be something. Wow. Neon Moon says, I hate to disagree, but nobody can fill the shoes of Sonia Eddy. Well, you're not disagreeing with anybody. No one, she's been just a dominant mainstay, but they can either bring in another doctor or just let her character, fly off into the sunset, like she said, in medical school in another state, and, just don't bring her back. They do not have to bring back another doctor and say it's Epiphany. Just bring in another doctor to General Hospital. They need them. Look, they got Finn delivering baby. No, that's not true. Well, yes, it was true at Christmas time. But they don't have enough doctors at General Hospital that we know that have a story. So they can bring somebody with a story. Annette says Nina is feeling mother's love, putting all else aside for her child's happiness. Will Ava set Nina up behind her back because she really wants Sonny? I don't think Ava really wants Sonny, but Ava, I don't know, Ava's just wallowing, and I think wants Nina to, she wants somebody to be feeling bad like her. And so that's what she wants, I think. PE says, you nailed Felicia's voice. I had fun with that yesterday. Lucy says, thank you for clarifying Nina and Ava's conversation, and how after Drew gave his 2 cents, Nina said, Drew's a good guy, and he would go to jail too if I turn Carly in for insider trading. Yada, yada, yada. This storyline needs to be put to bed already. NK Rose says, and thank you so much, NK Rose, for Saturday. I wish that Carly focused on becoming a businesswoman instead of the whole going to Florida storyline. That was ridiculous. Remember, she was supposed to be going because she had this coach, and it was, she was going to be revamping herself. She has done nothing of the sort. NK Rose says, oh, I said that. No, I didn't. Wait a minute. Oh, Sherry says Nina is going to be set up for the SEC fall. NK Rose says Ava is the reason for why Nixon Fall went down in the first place. No, I think it was the shootout where Sonny was trying to kill Julian Jerome. I think that's the reason. He fell out. He, fell into the water and was presumed dead, and Jason couldn't even find him. Linda says it's possible the sniper works for Jennifer Smith because Jennifer wanted to have connections in Port Charles. Jennifer's organization is on the West Coast. Or this could have been Ava's big sister, Olivia. You're right. If Carly makes Nina mad, like when Nina tried to tell Carly about Sonny, she will most likely turn Carly in. That would only show that Nina's unstable and unreasonable. How can Nina blame Carly for the years Nina dogged Willow? Nina truly needs to see a head doctor because she's a complete nut. Carly is not as bad as Nina because Carly has grown throughout the years, having the responsibility of being a mother. Being a mom changed her, and that is why I like the character of Carly Spencer. So Linda is Team Carly. Genesis says, well, you're naming a whole bunch of Oscar stuff, Genesis, but then you get down to the last sentence. You said, in conclusion, Spirina for the win in 2023. So let's see if the daytime Emmys, if Spencer or the actress Nicholas Chavez, and I forget Trina's, the actress that plays Trina's name, if they win something, I think they will. And Michelle says, Dex isn't related to Josh because he's Anna Devey's son. So there's no incest at all between Dex and Josh. He's not related to Sonny either, not Jason, but he's Robin's brother. Okay. Michael says, no matter, and thank you, Michael, for your video for Saturday. No matter Nina's flaws, her core is good. That is what I've always said about Nina. Somebody at Team Nina. Ava is not a good friend to Nina, and possibly to anyone as well. She is a sad, the sad part is the SEC will be called and Nina will be falsely blamed. Kevin, Felicia, Maxine's were supposed to demonstrate closure and a neat and tidy ending to Ryan's reign of terror. I have a love-hate relationship for Carly. Today was one of those love days. She protected Elizabeth from Victor and revealed that she saved the picture of her parents. Did Sonny set up the ambush or set the ambush up? I don't think so. It was kind of close. Miss Wu could have set this up unless it's pikemen. What will Dante do with the information about Cody and Mac's paternity knowledge? Will Dante advise Cody? Well, he did try to advise him to tell, but guess what? Cody still said no. Great recap. YAA says, well, Nina cut out a baby from Ava's stomach, so it's kind of makes no sense why they're friends anyway. Yeah, they kind of got them together, those unlikely frenemies together. And actually, not even frenemies, enemies together. And Alicia says, Nina can't whine about knowing the consequences if she turns on Carly. Reason being is that Ava told her exactly what would happen. Ava also knew Nina would find out eventually. She just cut to the chase. YAA says, because weeks and months of foolish conspiracy will be draining for Ava. So she says, let's cut to the chase and see if you actually have the balls. Jane says, I want Epiphany back. I hope they get someone good because it'll be hard to fill her shoes. Rest in peace, Angel. Well, you know what? Realistically, she had not gotten a lot of airtime on General Hospital in years. So they didn't even have her just standing at the nurse's station. So, she hasn't really, you miss her because she's gone. But Epiphany, yes, she was taking the MCATs, but that was the only stand. They kind of threw her in with Marshall. So they were kind of trying to do something with her. We'll see what they're going to do. And then 87, must be Jackson, says, you said bye, Felicia. And then Adriana says, let's not talk about Ava and Nina and say we did. I am not snowed by Nina for one moment. Ava may turn them in. Victor is unraveling from the no pep in his step. That's right. The dynamic between Sonny and Dex is changed forever. This was nice to see. Sonny came back ablazing. He has always been my favorite since the day he came on the scene, and I will stick with this character of Sonny until he goes. Great recap. Be safe. Terry says Ava is a hater. She wanted Nina being just as miserable as she is. Nina is happy she spent time with Willow, and she has a donor, but misery loves company. So Ava wants Nina to blow up her life with revenge like Ava did. Ava is not your friend. Team Nina first time. Oh, somebody else team Nina. Or maybe you made the comment earlier. Cody's guilt is getting the better of him. He wants Mac as his dad, but doesn't know how to admit he lied about the necklace. I was in tears with Mac, Felicia, and you said Ryan. You must mean in Kevin today. It was fabulous. Yeah, Kevin. Liz, watch your back because your deal won't save you from Victor. Don't gloat. Victor kidnapped his own granddaughter to control his son, kidnapped Holly's son to force her to do his dirty deeds. Victor Lucy was chained up in a dungeon with everyone thinking she was dead, and Anna did it. Your deal means nothing to Victor, I know, right? Except for right now, Victor's wondering what's happening to him. So he's a little, distracted right now. Alicia says, I keep saying that Ava was really talking to Nina, talking her down by egging her on. Really? Again, Ava's not interested in tangling with Carly or Sonny, and I don't think she wants Nina to, but telling her that directly wouldn't work with Crazy Pants. Of course, Nina will blab it anyway. And then 87 Jackson says misery loves company. So that is it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner, I don't know, was Ava trying to get Nina to really realize you don't want to do it? Because here you go, girl, let's do it. Right now, I don't know. And they're showing, every time they show Ava, she chug-a-lugging. She chug-a-lugging the martini. She can't stay out of the bottle. So right now, she's not thinking wisely or straight about anything. So that's it for today's daily recap of General Hospital. And I will be back tomorrow for another recap.